Welcome to the Cigar Hustlers Podcast, episode 286, where we bring you the latest news and insights from the world of premium cigars. In this episode, we dive into the big stories of the week. We also discuss the latest cigar releases, trends, and hot topics in the cigar world, and share our thoughts and opinions on everything cigar related. The King, Mike Stepankevich, and Reverend BDP Mike Palmer are two dynamic individuals who co-host the captivating Cigar Hustlers podcast. With their unique perspectives and vast knowledge on the cigar industry, they offer a truly engaging and insightful experience for cigar enthusiasts and novices alike.
This is
and
too
me,
fucking long.
I'm Phil, your cameraman. So grab your favorite smoke, sit back, and join us for another exciting episode of the Cigar Hustlers podcast.
He would read just a little bit faster.
Man, I was going. Wait,
What?
nice shirts.
Yeah, what about?
Oh, yeah, we got these from our friends at Developing
Look at
Palate.
those things.
Oh, they're nice.
Everybody knows to send two, Phil.
Everybody knows we opened them.
I got one too.
Oh, yours is green.
What do you think,
I'm not
fellas?
familiar with the green Under Armour one, but
Right, man, these guys are really like,
they're ballers.
yeah,
I'll tell
they're
you.
spending some
ballers.
money, huh?
I had no idea that you were so special.
I know, right? They
Like-
should have sent you guys two Under Armour ones.
Like extra
I
chromosome
guess, yeah.
special.
Can I have camera one, please?
Cameron.
Hey, rack above. Better overhead garage
Rack
storage with a rack
above.
above. Why must we damage our homes just to have overhead storage? A rack above is
We don't need to anymore.
challenge the status quo, Michael, by
We-
developing a superior overhead storage system that will not harm your home
Very
or
superior.
damage your house or the trusses.
That's true.
Really?
Comes with a 48-inch shelf that spans the width of your garage, keeping items within arm's reach, allowing you to ditch the ladder.
Ditch it.
A rack above will fit any size garage. Suspended telescopic legs go up and down stairs, around hot water heaters, between electrical boxes, and
The car.
over
The car.
The car over the car.
The car.
A rack above is the last storage system you'll ever need. A rack above easily disassembles and reassembles at any garage. No matter where life takes you, a rack above can go with you. Call for pricing 407-474-1214 or visit arackabove.com for pricing and purchasing.
You know, what's really kind of funny is I was looking for my gi from back in the day when I would do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at American Top Team.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, this will be easy. I can just kind of look real quick, scan
just
through.
Scan the boxes.
Yeah.
Just 4 feet above.
Yeah, so I just kind of scanned through them real quick instead of having to go through 35 boxes or whatever.
Right? Go up in the attic, dig around and everything.
Yeah, and I threw it away.
Oh.
I think
Well,
it's
it
gone.
probably wouldn't fit you now.
I don't think so either.
You're much bigger than you were back then.
I wanted to see though. I just wanted to try.
You could have cut the sleeves off and still used it.
I think I weighed in for like a grappling tournament at like 165 pounds or
Back
something.
then?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's like one arm now.
Yeah, there's no way I couldn't see 165 pounds.
Maybe the pants. Maybe.
The pants would be 165 pounds?
No, maybe the pants.
Oh,
might have
as far
been.
as the width?
Waist, but you know,
Yeah,
the
waist
legs
is
would have
probably
been,
about the same.
Did they make
yeah.
big boy sizes?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they make big boy sizes.
Oh,
They're-
just curious.
Yeah. Why, you want one?
No. I was thinking because you're gonna need.
I'm gonna need a big boy?
husky. A husky.
I think I'm.
They used to call it a husky.
I don't think it's not the biggest. I don't think I need the biggest.
Oh. No.
Yeah. Like a little husky like the dog?
Well, but for jujitsu and stuff, you want to be able to move.
I know.
No, not husky the dog. They used to be the size they used to put on Sears
I'm
Tough Skins.
I'm not doing it yet. Michael.
Huskies.
I'm not doing it just yet.
Oh, I thought you already started.
No, I'm not doing it yet, Michael.
Oh yeah, you can't.
That's right.
So silly. I'm so silly. He can't do it yet.
Why?
He can't.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
For the love of God.
He doesn't
You
do
know
that.
the thing. He doesn't do that.
No, he's talking about Phil.
Yeah,
Phil does that.
Phil's been taking.
I was
jujitsu.
just looking, and I said it was
looking
just so
into
nice
it.
to have a rack above because I looked at my for
because
my
you
gi.
wanted to put that thing on and see if it still fits. Just out of
All right,
curiosity.
listen. Enough is enough. We're calling Nicholas Melillo.
What's crazy is you found it on the rack above.
No, he threw it
No,
away.
you weren't even paying
He's
attention.
not-
Oh, yeah, I
he
know.
does his own show over
Yeah,
there.
he's just living in this world.
Who are we calling?
Nicholas Melillo.
Oh, I know this guy.
Hello, who is this?
Hello,
Uh-oh.
Nicholas.
It's two guys in New Hampshire.
Oh, God.
The number two.
Hold on.
The
a
number
second.
2 show in the podcast.
I can't even hear you yet. Hold on a second.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
All right, redo.
Hello?
Hello. Is this it?
You guys got me on the. You're trying to figure out how to get me on the podcast on the phone?
Listen,
We thought you were going to be in studio.
I just want
We
you to
were
know,
told in
we
studio.
very seldom like to do a call-in on the podcast. We like to do when we bring in our guests.
Person.
Yeah. And, Eduardo tricked me is what happened. Your boy tricked me.
What a trick.
Unbelievable.
He's like, yeah, I'll get him. Yeah, we can get him on. No
Sure,
problem.
not a problem. I'll get him to come in.
Yeah. And then, boom.
Oh, my
And he
Come
tricked me.
in, come in by
Check it.
phone.
Have you harassed him since this time?
No, it's, the harassment via like phone or Facebook just isn't as effective as in person. I figured I'd see him at PCA.
Right.
Okay. I won't warn him then.
Yeah, keep it under
One
wraps.
of those visits
All right, I'll
Michael
see.
makes to your booth where he just starts taking things.
Yes. So how are you?
God.
How are you?
I'm doing great. What are we live right now?
No.
It's
Oh.
taped. It's taped.
We tape it that way. If you say anything that we feel like could hurt
Something
you,
racist or something we take
yeah,
out.
something really dumb, then we'll cut it out.
Went straight
So
to-
are you guys in person or are you guys on phone?
We're
on
in
phone too?
We're in person.
We're in person. No, we're on
yeah.
phone too.
Nicholas, you've done this podcast before, buddy.
I know. Wasn't I one of the first in person?
You were
Yes,
like
you were.
100 years ago when you would actually go out and interact with the people. Do you remember those days?
What are you talking about?
He fell down.
I was
I
getting,
don't interact with people.
now
I
you
never interact
Make
with
it a
people.
drink?
now you've built this fortified office that is built for the zombie apocalypse.
Now I'm building a place so people can come visit me.
Oh, is that how that works?
Oh,
You-
road trip.
I mean, Mike, you should know this. It's an interesting thing because customers are at their shops, right? You have your shop, but you have a brand too, so you kind of get it.
Yeah.
But people come to your shop.
They do.
You're in one place.
Yes.
Us as brand owners, we got to go to the whole country. I
Yeah.
mean, that's quite the it's quite the escapade to do for. I think I did it for a good 4 years for the most part.
Well, not the whole country, just the good retailers. So, I mean, it's about 40 people.
He did do that
Are you
terrible
on the-
RV trip with
are
that.
you on-
Yeah, he did do that.
Are you on the road, Mike, a lot or no?
No, here's the thing. I think that I think you would agree with this. I believe that
Fell down
other
again.
than the fact that I don't know what you're doing,
It's the gates. He's opening and closing the gates.
I'm a big believer in we all have to kind of carve our own path and direction as to how to do it. We know what has been done in the past. We know what works, but it might not work for us, right? So what I like to do is I like to go in like a fucking surgeon, and just hit one shop and do an event with them and get the hell out of there.
quickly.
Yeah, smart.
I don't want to go to the retailers that I don't have a good relationship with or I'm trying to establish. I mean, that's just not my thing. Now, if a good friend of mine is a retailer and they're in that area, I'll check in with them and shoot the shit, no problem. But I'm not doing the other thing. I'm just not doing it.
I hear you. I mean, I very much enjoy it. Even I sometimes actually enjoy more not doing the event and visiting.
We're here.
Yes, but do you enjoy? Well, as he calls in,
Yeah.
but
He enjoys the idea of the
it
visit.
sounds nice.
Sounds like a
You
sound.
should see. You should see. I have my feet kicked up on my desk right now.
Probably has no pants on. Nothing.
It sounds lovely visiting, but going to the retailers that don't give a shit about your brand, and that these people exist, or want the
Well,
discount,
not his brand. your
or the other shit. No, it exists. It doesn't matter what brand you are, Like I wouldn't see. I don't see the purpose of going into that store. I don't need to get kicked in the teeth because I'm
Listen,
gonna
if
respond.
If it's a repetitive thing, I get it. I do enjoy like meeting people that have no idea about the brand, have never heard of it, or retailers that are kind of out of tune. I'm not saying, after like 3 times of trying, for someone that doesn't get it, that's different. But I do enjoy talking to people that do not, at events or at stores that just have never heard of the brand before.
Right.
Because I like to see when they discover it, which is kind of cool.
Do you hit them with a like, do you know who I am? or some shit?
No.
I am
No,
Nicholas
come on.
Melillo.
Get out of here.
Tobacco extraordinaire.
Mike, 2015, nobody, of course, knew the company. Nobody knew who I was at all.
I know who the fuck you were back then.
You did.
Yeah.
Of course.
You were the guy.
But
You were
He's just
the
talking about in general, though.
you were the master
I was the guy
blender.
that knew the guy that was the guy.
No, you were the guy.
worked with the guy.
Look, here you go. I'm gonna say some shit. All right, I'm gonna tell you right now. You were the guy behind the scenes, working your fucking ass off, creating fantastic blends with actual thought processes behind the curtain. Right? That was you. That's what the fuck
Yeah.
you did. That's what the fuck
That was
you
my
did.
job.
So it's my job as a guy in the retail aspect of things to know who the guy is that's making that shit, right?
I mean, if you want to have your hand on the pulse.
You need to in this industry.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, unless you want to be a 65-year-old retired guy who doesn't give a fuck and won't get up at the register and just tell them to leave money and then walk away. I mean,
but there's a lot of that.
There is a lot of that.
A lot of that.
There's a lot of that.
There seems to be a
Is
lot
that
of
when it started? 2015?
For Foundation?
Yeah, Foundation.
Foundation.
Who is that? Is that
That's Phil.
who's on this podcast?
That's-
Phil
Oh, it's
here?
Phil. Hello.
Yeah.
What's going on, Phil?
What's up, Nick?
How you doing, man?
Great.
How you doing?
Nicholas has no idea what's going on with this podcast. He hasn't
He doesn't
listened.
watch
I have
it,
no
nothing
idea.
at
Yeah,
all.
so don't.
You've met me a couple
I saw
times.
pictures. I saw pictures.
saw
of the
photos?
fancy studio you guys have now.
I know
That's
it's
nice.
very fancy.
When I
Yeah.
was there, it was like I was sitting on a box. And,
Yeah.
Right. That's
You
exactly right.
you had me next to the garbage, and now
Yeah.
you're big
Right.
time.
Okay, yeah. Now we're just crushing it.
This all
Now you're
started
crushing
in
it.
2017.
So speaking of podcasts, wait a second. Speaking of podcasts, you got to tell me about this Joe Rogan cigar because you
Whoa.
you
Oh, yeah, where is it?
yeah, you brag about it all the fucking time on your social media posts. He's like, "Ooh, let's go." Ooh, with the good comedian I saw it, the fat guy that's really fucking funny, Bert, whatever.
Bert Kisher?
Bert
Yeah.
Kreischer.
Very pressure.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's great.
yeah, and they're like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
he's cool.
ooh, Foundation Cigars." They made so listen, how many hand jobs did you have to give?
Listen,
In order
243.
that was the
Wow,
line.
wow.
That was the
That's a
line.
lot.
Holy moly.
That was pure
was a lot.
exhaustion.
That's a lot of towels. That's a whole
It
lot
was
of
dedication.
towels.
It was consistency.
How did you hook up with Joe Rogan? I mean, I think that's fantastic. The fucking, I mean, does it get any bigger than that guy? I don't think it does.
I mean, it's kind of crazy, man. I don't really believe I'm in awe of it to this day. I've always been a Rogan fan for many years. I want to say since 2012, somewhere around there. He had some authors that I really enjoyed that were, into all that, ancient civilization stuff and Ethiopia and things like that. So I really took to him and would actually keep him on in the background as I was working, starting the company. And then I noticed he started smoking cigars here and there. And then a buddy of mine noticed how much I loved Rogan, and he was out in LA in that whole Hollywood scene. And he said, make me up a couple of boxes and I'm going to get them to him. I said, how the hell are you going to do that? And everybody's tried to get him cigars. It's never going to happen. It's really difficult. He said, I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm going to make it happen. And
I like
it
that
took a
mentality.
while. It's a great mentality. So we made up two hand-painted boxes for him of Wiseman Maduros, and we just did some hand-painted boxes for him. This is like 2020, just after COVID. I want to say August, September. And we just happened to meet one of Rogan's friends who was also a big cigar smoker who happened to be going to visit him because he had just moved to Austin. And it was like the first weekend he was out there, and he was going to visit him for that weekend, and he brought him the boxes
Wow.
and gave them to him. And then that was like, beginning of September. What is it? Memorial Day? Labor Day? In September? Labor Day, right?
Yeah, Labor
Something
Day.
day.
Yeah,
Some kind
Labor
of
Day. That was like Labor Day weekend. And then I didn't ask, or I didn't want to be hounding him. Like, did you get the box? I didn't even know if he got them
Right.
at first. And then it was like a month later, mid-October, and I was sitting working on my couch, and I looked on the podcast, and I saw behind like 2 water bottles the corner of a black ashtray. And then I caught another angle, and I was like, holy shit, that's the Foundation ashtray. Is in between the gas.
Detective
like right
Melillo.
in the middle of the table.
Detective Melillo was all over it.
Beep boop, beep boop.
And then I went back to every podcast and found when the ashtray first appeared. And it appeared for the first time, it appeared on September 11th, 2020. That was the first podcast. And then it wasn't until November they had like it was election time at that time, so they had like a Saturday election podcast, just an impromptu podcast, and that was the first time he took the box out.
No shit.
And then from that point on, he's just been awesome, man. Like just shouting us out.
So did he reach out to you? Have you guys become friends?
Yeah. So at one point he hit me up via Instagram and was just, hey man, thank you so much for the cigars. They're amazing. I love them. I was thinking about getting a humidor. Do you have any suggestions? And I already had made him a humidor. I had Eli Blue do a hand inlaid.
Oh shit! The fuck out of here.
So I had it all ready. So I was like, Joe, I got you.
Wow.
So then
Joe.
I sent him that humidor. They did like a hand inlaid of his logo on the top of the humidor. It was amazing.
It's pretty dope.
And then I was like, he likes peaty scotches. He likes heavy, like spicy barbecue. You know, he liked the Wise Man Maduro blend. So then I made him his own Connecticut broadleaf blend with his logo on it. And he's just been, and then I got him, you know, eventually he's been getting into it more. Last year I got him a humidor for the studio. So if you see in the studio, on the left corner backside is a humidor, so you can put boxes, and the ashtray is there. Man, it's been there for like 3 years.
Did he ever hit you with the bill? I mean, shit.
No, man, he's been awesome.
Get the fuck out of here.
I finally got to hang out with him in after Thanksgiving this year. I had a wedding in Arizona, and then I had to go to Tampa. They had some cigar festival the first week of December. So I had 2 days, and I just stopped in Austin because he was playing a small club. So I'm like, let me go check it out. And then he ended up finding out I was in the audience, and he sent a friend to come get me and bring me backstage. And we hung out like a bunch of comedians for like 3 hours.
That's fantastic, dude. I love that. That's a great fucking story.
Super cool, man. He hasn't asked for, you know.
Nothing.
I'm forever indebted for this guy.
Yeah, it's like, you're a good dude. I'm a good dude. Let's be good dudes and dock together or some shit. I mean, that's fucking awesome.
So I make this cigar for him, but his cigar, I don't have any, you know, we've never talked about selling it, or I can't use his logo. So this is, you know, people keep hitting me up, but I'm like, you got to ask, you know, he's the guy to ask. Of course, I would love to do it.
Right.
But, you know, I make it for him right now. He smokes it, but I can't start, you know.
It's a market, man. It's a market. Yeah. You're missing out here on an opportunity, you know?
Dude, I hear you. But I think he's got so much going on, man. You know what I mean? The fact that he hits me up on Instagram sometimes
is awesome.
You know, it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, even if you partnered up with him and there was a fucking when he got the check for the commission, he'd be like, "What? That's it? Where's the?"
Yeah, exactly.
Just put this into cigars.
He's like, "Okay, you know, just pick a charity or something to donate that to.
Yeah,
you know, whatever." But that's fucking awesome, dude.
That's pretty cool story.
So your office is open.
Office is open, man.
Yeah. So do you have a slide there? True. Is there human bowling? Is there something cool, or is it what is it?
It's a tobacco farm. I mean, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's an active.
Is there a back
300-acre farm?
Is there a Highclere Castle?
Is there a Highclere Castle? Yeah. Is it?
there's hardcore castle like signs and whatnot.
But no actual
no,
castle.
like-
There's
like a
an
kid's
underground bunker.
There is?
Oh, that's cool.
Oh.
There's an underground, but you need a secret handshake to get in there.
Full of Joe
248
Rogan, full of Joe
of
Rogan
them.
cigars too.
Oh, it's probably loaded with Joe Rogan
that's
cigars.
where they keep
yeah.
Did you guys get the cigars that I sent you?
Not yet, no.
no.
Oh man, that
No.
sucks.
I mean, you know, we've talked about this last week. If you had shipped them out when we were talking about it, yes, we would have had them. But let's be honest. This shit's on
So
you,
wait a
homie.
second. I shipped them out Wednesday. They should be
Yeah.
there.
Mhm.
Well, today's a
No,
holiday.
Thursday. I
It's-
shipped them out Thursday.
It's a
Are
Are
holiday.
you
it's
serious? You didn't get them?
It's a holiday.
No, today's
yeah.
a holiday. No mail, no banking, no nothing.
Oh.
You got to
We
think.
swear in this?
Look, Nick, you got to think these things all the way through, brother. You know what I mean? But
I didn't realize.
but I
that.
hope you sent. I hope you sent 2.
Oh, wow.
I sent a bunch of treats, man.
Oh, I love
I sent
it.
a bunch of great
Don't
treats.
everybody forgets about
two
Phil.
of a bunch of things.
I feel like you're trying to give yourself some space and time during PCA, so I won't harass you.
Yeah, I am.
I already covered the goodies. Back the fuck up.
I will see
Dude,
you when
they should have been there. I sent them today. They should have been there Saturday.
I sent them today. So you know what's really kind of funny. So I'm not going to say which cigar, but I had aggressively pursued you at PCA for a cigar, and eventually you folded and you gave me that cigar, which I'm very grateful for, and thank you very much. It was very nice of you. After we had that conversation, I had run into somebody, and they're like, "Check out what Nick gave me," and they pull out a fucking Joe Rogan cigar,
Oh,
and I'm like, "Motherfuck." I can't go back to this guy right now and hit him up. I just got him for the one, you know.
you asked for the wrong one.
Son of a
Negotiations.
bitch. So
You know, I shouldn't say this on the podcast, but when I am out and about, I usually have some on me. So if somebody asks me for them,
Everybody better look out for Nick. You're looking for him.
well, I know where to find him. He's in the office.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah, he's got to fly to Connecticut.
He'll hide in the bunker.
Yeah, oh, he's
are
not
you guys
here.
all going to PCA?
Yes. Well, Palmer's not.
I'm not going this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
I got a Connecticut that's fucking ridiculous, bro. I'm gonna tell you
Do
right
you
now.
really?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you got in there?
I don't want to tell you.
What do you got?
I like
you
it.
got a binder. What are you using as a binder?
Pennsylvania broadleaf.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
I was gonna do Brazilian Matafina, but that idea was already taken.
I love Matafina.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a good Connecticut with Matafina.
It's Matafina's tough though.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It was done. It was done well in this Connecticut that I tried. I'm sure you've heard of it.
Well, I'd like to try it.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah.
I'll bring
he
you.
put
some.
them in the mail
somebody
last
did.
week on Thursday.
Some asshole. Yeah, they're all in the mail.
They're in the mail.
I shipped it. I shipped it.
Second day air. They're in the mail.
I probably didn't even send you the tracking, huh?
Yeah. No.
You might have used the old office address. That's probably what
probably
happened.
Oh shit.
You have an old
No.
address?
No, we don't.
Oh.
Wait, you guys have the address for the office?
Oh, God.
Well, we look forward to trying
Boy.
them. So
Yeah,
thank
we'll
you.
have to get you up here to Connecticut at some point.
I will go. I'll
Ooh.
go.
We're just getting settled in over here.
Okay.
You know, this
He's
took
very
for-
strong. He's
this
good at
took a
moving
while.
furniture. Mikey can move
Is he?
furniture, big boxes. Yeah, he's very strong.
He does. He looks strong.
He
What is he benching these days?
A lot.
2 to 3 employees.
2 to 3, depending upon the
Oh,
employee.
my
Depending on
God.
what kind of day he's having.
Did you redo the shop, Mike?
No, the shop is pretty much the same. You know, there's been some little as you kind of progress, you make modifications and stuff, but
It's
nothing
the
over
same
the
as
top.
when he was here last.
Yeah, we've added like a Cigar Hustler neon light kind of photo
I
area.
don't think the lounge was done with him.
Oh, yeah.
We do have a private lounge downstairs now, which is fantastic. Which you would
There's that studio looks badass.
thank you. Yeah, the studio is fantastic. Like if you came to town and you said, "Hey, let's do a thing," what I would do with you is we would do a private event downstairs, and it would be ticketed.
Gotcha.
So
That sounds.
people would have to pre-commit to the purchases, and then anybody that's a member, they get the cigars. Well, we pay for the cigars for them, and you get to hang
Nice.
out, and it's a little more intimate. It's a little less pedally and a little more intimate. So we do them. I don't know, once every quarter, and it's pretty cool.
Nice.
than a podcast.
Yeah, that's the way to do
studio.
it. I like the ticketed events.
Yeah.
It makes more sense.
So we'll pencil you in then.
All right, we'll make something happen.
I can't talk to I can't talk to Eduardo about it. He's like, bro,
Well, he'll fuck
He's
it
so
up.
busy.
yeah.
You know what's difficult? It is a challenge for me, like traveling to different areas, because people get so upset
Very
if I
butthurt.
didn't visit them. You know what I mean? So I would go into an area and then end up, you can only do so much. There's only so many hours in the day,
Right.
and then people just end up getting offended, and it's crazy. It's kind of intense sometimes.
I think that it depends. I think that there's variables there. Like if you're going to go to a town and people have always been in direct communication with you and you've told other people no, and then you show up to one event, then I feel like they have a right to be upset. But if
100%.
if they said, hey, if they never reached out to you and said, hey, let's do something, and you popped in and you did something with another store, it's like, bro, you didn't want it. You've never mentioned, you've never opened up the checkbook to put it together. It's not my fault. That shit's your fault. If that makes sense.
And it's also the sales rep and the team responsibility to manage expectations and then also put together a plan that would make sense.
And you have low expectations with Alfredo. I get it. We all have low expectations with Alfredo. So.
It's amazing. Alfredo's really come to the plate and has been killing it, especially this past year.
Yeah.
Is the last thing.
Why, you don't see him?
No, I think you know what? You're probably 100% correct. I think the only brand that he talks about is yours. So I get it.
Oh, now you're going to get me in trouble with the other brand. Jesus Christ. Oh, God.
If I want my Espinosas, I call Jack Trout. Dude, I love Alfredo. Alfredo, he knows that I always break his balls. It's all good. It's all good. He brings me M&Ms.
Fucking harass this guy. This poor
peace
guy.
offering.
Last time he stopped in, it's because he had a court date here locally for a ticket.
Yeah, I was like, oh, what is it? Are you gonna get your ticket?
God.
It's so funny. It's so funny. No, but
Good God.
but I do place my orders with him as far as Foundation is concerned, and he does order these things. So
you're making him look good until he only talks about Foundation. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's true. I don't even know what else he carries. Go tell Dion that.
Yeah. Good old Dion.
Hey, so who's your rep in Florida? Oh, the retailers have no idea.
Listen, it's not a job I think I would want. I mean, it's a tough job.
It's a atrociously
cigar
tough
sales is a tough job. Job.
Well, the broker position is the worst job because you build up the brand enough, they fucking fire you. Hey, we don't need you anymore.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, though. I think that happens sometimes, but then I also just think what happens is eventually a conflict of interest between what the rep. See, I don't think that's the case. I think it's listen, it is the case in some. I think it's a case by case basis, right? It depends on who it is, but it also becomes as a company is growing, it requires more time and more effort and more planning. And there's a lot more responsibilities, right?
Yeah, and you want to pay less for the position, so you got to fuel the growth.
What's that?
You got to pay less for the position, so you got to fuel the growth.
Got to pay for the new offices and things.
Bunkers.
Alfredo.
Yeah, your days are numbered.
Your days are numbered here.
Your days are numbered.
They're start talking about somebody else.
Meet the in-store rep of Foundation. In office rep.
Listen, as long as you're doing your job, you're good to go.
I'm sure dude, I got to admit, you're probably one of the fairest people to work for. I can't see you being other than that. You know what I mean? For as knowing you, as long as I've known you, you just don't seem like a ruthless prick that's looking at fucking numbers.
Just the numbers.
You know?
No, as long as I'm around and you're doing your job, I'm loyal to the job, man. Because as you know, I mean, it takes so much work to be successful in this industry.
Yeah.
So, I want to be treated just like anybody else would want to be treated. I mean, I put myself in
in the rep shoes, and I wouldn't want to build something and then be let go.
Right.
So I'm loyal to the game, to the work ethic, and reps don't want to be burnt. They want to get paid for accounts they're servicing. It's the same thing with brand owners. They don't want to be paying reps who are not doing their job and visiting accounts.
Right.
Right? Because we can do that
Yeah.
ourselves, right? We don't need a middle person to push a paper to a third party and then to the final consumer.
Right.
I mean, to the shop.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
We can handle that right from the office. That's why the touches are so important.
Yeah.
We need the reps to be out there seeing you. That's why it is. It's important for him to walk through your door at least once a quarter.
I mean, yes and no. I could argue the other side. I think
Go on.
I think that if they're accessible and they're on the up and up and kind of communicating you what's new, what's going on, and that sort of thing, I don't necessarily need to see them.
Listen, I agree. It's servicing the account, right? As long as you feel like maybe you as an account feel that way, But I think a lot of times accounts don't want conflict, so they don't even express it.
Right.
And then they kind of talk behind. They'll never say it directly.
Right.
But they're really not happy with the rep. But they'll never say it. But who doesn't want to, have a visit, a planned visit, scheduled, and be properly presented information professionally? Maybe sometimes there's too much of a friendly relationship that happens, but then customers, I know customers that get really friendly with the reps. They're joking around. Everybody's busting balls. But then when it comes down to business, they get all worked up.
Right.
And they feel disrespected because they're not being true. They didn't get presented because the relationship has become too comfortable.
Yeah.
Because our industry, this is the thing that our industry, the lines get blurred so quick, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
From when I started, I hired, close friends. It was tough. I'm a different person, Nick, when I'm wearing the hat of Nick Foundation, president of Foundation,
right,
compared to Nick who's not working or is not, worried about work or responsibilities for work.
Right.
That's a different Nick.
Yeah.
That's a completely different Nick.
Yeah. So, but it's the rep's job to know that, hey, you can bullshit and do all those things and have that good friendship, but you still got to be on point with everything else. Right.
Got to be on point.
Yeah. Hey, this is what's going on. Here's where we're at, or if the company has done something differently or there's different requirements where they got to be able to convey that information immediately. Hey, we had a change,
important.
So.
Yeah. If that means not going into the shop all the time, or you don't want to see a rep once a quarter, okay, that's cool. As long as you feel that you're getting the proper service and
right,
and what you need,
right,
and the reps bringing value. I mean, the whole thing is right, bringing value.
They got to bring value.
Otherwise, it just doesn't make sense.
Alfredo brings peanut M&Ms, so that's the value.
I can't figure out if Alfredo's standing now. One minute he's saying that there's necessary, and the other minute he's like, well, maybe not so much.
No, Alfredo, I told you, Alfredo's on the top. He's been killing it. Year.
Eduardo was in town with him recently, and he told me numbers. He told us that we've had growth and stuff like that with your brand. I'm like, okay, cool. So
that's cool.
Yeah. So there you go.
I mean, be able to talk about numbers and growth, and
that's it. Here's where you're at. Here's what we're doing. Here's what I'd like to see you focus on. Whatever, those things those conversations are important, whether they're on the phone or in person.
Right.
I'll tell you, one of my best reps, he was a rep for a company.
Ooh, let's get
for that. Most of his career was working as a rep for one company, and I think he was a manager for a territory for one company. I've noticed that experience has definitely helped his role as an independent rep.
Right.
Because he's been able to see directly what one cigar company brand owner requires and needs. Does that make sense?
Yep. What also?
So I think that experience adds perspective.
Sure, and those lifelong relationships that he's cultivated is also extremely helpful for any brand that he takes on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if I love the rep, and the guy, leaves the company and starts a new company or starts working with a new company, you just pick it up. Hey, okay, that's cool. If this is something that's for you now, we'll start working on this, right?
Yeah.
That's very common in this industry.
It is. And I think it also depends on the brand, right?
Of course.
Whether the brand is selling or not.
Sustainability. Well, yeah, because at the end of the day, the retailer can show somebody the cigar once, maybe twice, and then after that, it's got to kind of stand on its own. So if it's shit, you're not going to move it.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
I mean, that's why I've been trying to drive, traffic to also the final consumer and also to maybe different, that's why the Rogan thing is interesting, because hopefully it's opening up the world of handmade cigars to people that don't normally smoke.
Right.
I mean,
and thank
that's
God.
what our industry always struggles with.
Yeah, because, before this, whenever I listened to Rogan from time to time, all I heard was, hey, what do you smoke? He's like, oh, if he's interviewing somebody, I like those Romeo and Julietas. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, because that's what Ron White.
Yep, that was exactly the interview. That was the interview.
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn, what is going on here? Somebody slapped this man.
Yeah.
Tater salad needs
But
some
these
help.
guys kind of know cigars a little bit, but they're just like getting into it, right? One of his friends, Robert Kelly, is another comedian. He was the one that was on with Kreitzer. And you can tell from Bert, he kind of knows. He doesn't really know, but they're getting into it. But Robert Kelly knows cigars, really well compared to, I think, the other guys. But, that's the hope, that they kind of, get into it a little bit more, learn more, educate themselves more, and hopefully turn more people onto it. And I think that's what happens a lot of times with celebrity cigars and whatnot. They don't really work a lot of times because they don't end up tapping into the celebrity's fan base, really.
Right.
They kind of stay in the cigar world fan base, and to cigar smokers, it's kind of like, okay, George Clooney's got a cigar, but George Clooney doesn't know tobacco,
right?
Like, what the fuck? It doesn't really translate,
right?
But then they don't do well in bringing in, I think their fan base. And then they're afraid maybe because it's tobacco and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I think that was the interesting thing with Metallica and whatnot, because I think they're really penetrating the Metallica fan base, which I think is good.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, but I think that's,
I'm glad he followed up with that idea.
Right.
That's another thing.
It's good or not, it's not important.
Well, I think it's an interesting thing because that is that might be difficult because the blend is not particularly a blend, I think, for new smokers. So that might be rough. But
that.
I think just overall
or old smokers for that. I mean,
what are they all
what
taste like this?
What?
Hello?
What do I mean? I fucking hated the cigar. That was terrible.
Right. How do you tap in?
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was terrible, man. Sorry. That's one of those cigars that, hey, you can sell something new, right? You can sell it once. I've never had somebody come in and say, hey, you know what? I really love that black, and can I get a box? I just haven't had it. I'm sure those people exist.
Yeah.
But I don't have that consumer. So, whatever.
They're out there, I think, somewhere.
You're so positive. You're so positive.
Well, maybe then they get into it, and maybe they smoke another cigar.
That's what you're hoping for, right? You're hoping
That's what I'm just getting at.
You're hoping to expand the consumer of the cigar industry. Absolutely.
I mean, do you think that happened over COVID? Do you think that was part of the COVID boom, or it was more just people having more time and they were just smoking more?
Well, I guess maybe a little bit of both, but more of the latter. You know,
More of the latter,
what's
that
really
they
kind of
were
remarkable is if you don't like, it's, you know, if you start smoking a cigar because you're bored or whatever, yeah, okay, maybe very small percentage of those people stick, right? But the reality is that I think that the camaraderie really is where the dynamic changes. Right. So if you took that away and you didn't have that ability, you know, if you didn't know the Zoom calls and all this other shit going on and you just tried cigars, you probably didn't stick it through. Right. But if you went to, if a cigar shop was open, you want to try something new, you smoked a cigar and you hung out with a couple of people and you're like, hey, I didn't need to get shit faced, drive home, get scared, worried about driving home, get a DUI or kill somebody, you know, but I got to hang out, smoke a cigar, bullshit with some cool people. I'll definitely be back. That's where that consumer is new and kind of built on. Right. So, so that was the one pitfall with COVID. So my personal opinion.
You didn't have that.
Yeah, you didn't have that.
But people were smoking like crazy.
Yeah, more time.
Yeah, more time, more money.
I mean,
stimulus checks, baby.
Yeah. Right.
Let's go. One more round. Let's go one more round of stimulus. Fuck it. What's inflation? Who cares? All right, but hey, you know, I've already kept you on longer than I promised that I would keep you on. I want to add one other question real quick, and then we'll let you go. Have you announced anything for PCA? Is there anything that you want to talk about briefly that you're going to be releasing?
Go ahead.
Anything else with a leather football helmet that's going to surprise surprise everybody and taste really fucking good?
So we just announced the Charter Oak Especiales, which I did in homage to my grandfather. So it's a Connecticut broadleaf. It's in the shape of the traditional size of the Connecticut cigars of old. It's a 5.5 by 48 soft box press. They're completely different blends of the Charter Oak core line.
Okay.
The core line of Charter Oak is really a line for my grandfathers, which I never really talk about, but because they used to smoke all different types of Connecticut brands that used to be produced here, and those sort of faded away at the end of the 90s. So Charter Oak was the creation to kind of fulfill that pipeline of everyday, you know, good smoke. Right. And so they would have been smoking those, one like shade and the other like broadleaf. So this is like a special occasion Charter Oak, completely different blend. Uses a lot of higher priming tobaccos, you know, Vizos and Ligeros, whereas the Charter Oak, the core line, uses more milder Seco and Viso primings. Hence, I'm able to keep that price point down because of the blend. So these are going to be a limited quarterly release, just two special, same size special blends.
Okay.
So those will be coming out in the fall. And we got some treats coming out. We got an announcement coming out this week and then next week.
New Senator.
So, the Senator we're going to be actually re-releasing in November. Just for November. It's going to be a one-time annual release because there's been so many people that wanted it. So we're going to do it one time a year for the anniversary of the discovery of King Tut, which is every November.
Okay.
So we're going to do about 500 boxes every November and keep it as an annual release.
Nice.
So we'll be making that announcement before the show too. And then I got a special.
You just did.
I got a new.
You just did release.
You heard it here
line
first.
coming out.
Oh yeah.
I got a new core line coming out, and then I have a really special tabernacle that I'm going to do for charity.
Nice.
So it's going to be a special charity release. So nice. I'm working on starting a new 501c3 for charity. So
very cool.
We're gonna raise some money. So it's going to be a super high end tabernacle.
$75, one cigar.
The Moses.
There'll probably be more around 40 or 50.
Ooh. Is it a box press?
No.
It's not a box press.
No.
Okay.
No. No box press. Yeah, I've been doing a lot with the box press.
King
Solomon.
Solomon.
You should see the new.
The Solomon times. A Solomon called King Solomon.
Stop running over him. For fuck's sake.
I love the Solomon. Solomon is good.
Okay.
You like the Solomons?
I have no
love
idea.
Solomon.
I like.
Yeah, I'm working with Sumatra, Ecuador for my new pour line.
This is becoming a thing. Is it the hybrid?
No, this is straight up Sumatra, Ecuador.
Okay.
You know, I've worked with it behind the scenes for many years. I just never come out with anything on it.
It's a tough wrapper to use.
With it. It's really interesting. It's very unique, has a very unique flavor profile.
Mm-hmm.
But it was on one of my most favorite cigars of all time, which was a specific year, 96 Puros Indios. That was one of my favorite cigars of all time.
Okay.
That year, they had a lot of problems after 96, and it all went to shit. But that was, to this day, one of the best cigars that I smoked. And I, within the past couple of years, found out that the blend was with using Sumatra, Ecuador. So I kind of tried to recreate that in my mind in a blend. So I'm excited about it.
Nice. Very nice. All right, cool. Well, anything else you want to plug before we let you go?
Smoke Foundation Cigars. I appreciate you guys. It's always good talking to you. We will at some point make the in-person happen.
Perfect.
I can't wait to see you at the show. Let's try to maybe hang out and talk before it's pure madness.
Sounds like a plan.
When are you guys getting in?
7th.
7th?
Yep, July 7th.
All right. Well, maybe we'll try to have a cigar around the bar, the center bar or whatever.
I like it.
Can you smoke anymore over there? I guess you can't.
I think, why couldn't you?
You can only smoke. Well, I think last year that you could only smoke around the electronic poker games for some reason. That's the only place they wouldn't let you smoke at the tables and whatnot, which sucked.
But they let us smoke at the bar.
I smoked at all of the tables.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
You can't smoke in the hallway.
Okay.
That I know.
Degenerates. Who are the degenerates smoking?
Yeah, no, you can't smoke a cigar in the hallway, but if you need to get a hooker in cocaine, that can be arranged relatively quickly.
That's allowed.
You know, perfectly acceptable. Yep.
Alfredo's good for that, I understand.
Yeah, if you need that.
Number one sales rep.
Yeah.
You guys are insane.
That's what he's
You
good at.
guys are the biggest ball busters I know.
Yes, thank you. I will hold that as a badge of honor.
I can't tell when this guy's being serious or not.
I love that. I love that.
You're gonna be here in person, right?
Yeah, I will. I'll be there. Yeah. I love Alfredo. I love Alfredo. But sometimes, man.
All right, go easy on.
Yes. All right,
Go
brother.
easy. That's an off-air conversation. We're Alfredo.
He's a good dude. He is a good dude.
He is a good man.
Yeah.
He's a good man.
So,
Alfredo from Old San Juan. That's his nickname.
I like that. I call him our Alfredo from Ortega, which is gone. Ortega. I have him saved under my phone as Alfredo Ortega Christoph, which he no longer reps either one of those. So,
oh my God.
yeah, that's how long I've known Alfredo.
It's the growth.
That's a while.
Yeah.
He repped Christoph?
Yeah. He did.
Oh wow. I didn't know that.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for having me on, and I look forward to seeing you at the show.
All right, Nicholas.
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, brother.
All right. Be good. All right.
Bye-bye.
All right. Talk to you. Peace.
There you go.
You could talk to him for 4 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have just kept going, and there would be no lull in the conversation. He would just keep talking.
A lot of information.
Yeah.
I mean, well, dude, he is fucking smart. You know what I mean?
How old is he?
Yeah.
Was he?
I don't know. He's probably our age, maybe my age, maybe
Mikey's
a little
age.
older.
Mikey's somewhere in that area. Yeah.
Early 40s, late 30s ish.
I know we're running short of time. I have one story I have to do, and we have to do his fun facts because he has his new intro.
All right, so let's do this. Well, we can
have
run a
an
little
intro?
bit later. Who gives a shit?
Well, I know we can, but I mean, I don't want to run a whole 7 pages of news.
God.
I
Have
have
an
to-
intro?
We'll keep it at an hour and a half max.
Yeah. Okay. You know you're not ready.
So unprepared.
I'm ready.
Welcome to Cigar Hustlers Podcast feature, Phil's Fun Facts.
Yes.
That's where you start talking.
This is great. That was a great intro.
Is that AI or something?
I appreciate you.
Yeah, the voice was.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. The first independent cigar brand established in Cuba was anybody?
Hold on. Hoya de Monterrey.
Cabanas.
Ooh.
Founded by Francisco Cabanas in
makes sense.
1797, the company lasted until 1962. Then it was discontinued after being nationalized by the revolutionary government of Fidel Castro.
Wow.
Oh, he just took it.
This is
It's
mine.
mine.
This is mine.
Everything is here is
now.
mine.
Everything is mine. We are communist.
It's very good.
That was great, Palmer. I appreciate that.
Good. I'm glad you liked it.
Thank you.
All right, I have to do this because we have something special. Don Doroteo plans the Salt of the Earth for the PCA 2023.
Oh.
Last year, Don
You didn't
Doroteo.
even do your news intro.
That's okay. We don't-
The four corners.
Here's the
all
news.
over.
Here's the news.
Don Doroteo debuted at the PCA convention trade show with cigars the company said were aged for more than 14 years prior to the release. This year, the company will be back at the PCA convention and trade show with a line that uses some of the Dominican Republic's most unique tobacco.
Oh, it's very unique.
The company has 2 new blends that will be sold under the Salt of the Earth. Don Doroteo issued a press release that said it was declining to disclose details about the blends in, there's a typo, and I don't type these.
Uh-oh.
Order, should be order. Order to heighten the sense of discovery and anticipation leading to the PCA trade show. What it has disclosed is that the cigars will use Andulo tobacco. Is that how you say that?
Andulo.
I don't know.
Andullo.
Anduelo?
Anduelo.
Anduelo.
Anduelo tobacco
Anduelo.
is only native to the Dominican Republic, and instead of wrapped tightly in large pods, they make like a 15-foot-long burrito and then wrap it in rope and help compress the tobacco even further.
Oh, like the Amazon basin.
The end result is something that is more or less a large log of tobacco,
Yeah.
where slices are cut off,
Oh.
as seen in a video, and are more commonly chewed or smoked via pipes. Andulo, or however you say it, is more of
Anduelo?
a process than a
Anduelo.
seed varietal.
Anduelo.
Something that typically only found in Dominican Republic. They're not disclosing where they made it,
Huh.
but in an exclusive quote,
Uh-oh.
Garrett?
only released through the Cigar Hustlers podcast, Garrett Robinson was quoted as saying, "I'm truly grateful and excited you're covering this. The Salt of the Earth line is a column. Now I can't say the word. Culmination.
Culmination?
Culmination. Thank you. I got screwed up. I couldn't say it.
Oh, my God.
Culmination of legacy, time-honored tradition, and innovation. We're over the moon excited to share them with everyone at the PCA. Garrett, make sure you give them one for me.
He's a culmination. Palmer gets
We will get you one.
I'm making a list. Just so you guys, there'll be a
Good luck with that.
I'll
You know
tell
how that
Boots.
works.
You know what? Last time I gave you a list, you got me everything on the list but like 2.
Because I don't want to disappoint you.
I know.
But I'm going to set the parameter of, hey, listen.
Well, there's Boots and the 3 amigos going around. Certainly they can
the
do
three
it.
amigos.
That's what I'm calling them now. Down to earth, guys.
The Buffalo 5-0.
The Buffalo 5-0. I like that better.
Buffalo 12.
Buffalo 5-0.
Buffalo 12.
I'm excited for that, by the way.
Yeah?
I like the cigar.
I
know
mean
it's
last year's.
I know it's a little expensive.
That was our
but-
favorite cigar from last year's
I thought it was
show.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
I liked it.
well, that was at TPE.
Oh, that was TPE.
TPE,
Okay,
yeah.
well, the last show we went to.
Fantastic cigar.
Right.
Don
You ever
Doroteo.
heard of Timeout Cigars?
Time out.
Time out. No.
They're
We're going to take a
debuting at
break.
PCA.
We're going to take a break.
All right, America's largest cigar retailers prepare to stop shipments to Hawaii next month.
Oh, yeah, this is a thing.
Due to a
now.
recently passed law, 2 of the largest cigar retailers in the U.S. say they will stop shipping cigar customers in
Yeah.
Hawaii beginning July 1st, 2023. Cigars International, JR Cigars, Famous Smoke Shop, 3 of the largest retailers in the world, will stop shipping to Hawaii, a move that will likely cause most of the competitors to follow suit. All this is because in response to SB 975, a recently passed law in Hawaii that purportedly aims to cut down on youth vaping. The law introduced changes to the rules regarding shipping tobacco and vaping products to addresses in Hawaii, including the law that the language that requires a retailer to get a license. According to a source, the way the law is currently written, you can only get a license if you are in Hawaii.
Oh, okay. So I'm understanding.
Right.
Got it.
If you want to sell tobacco in Hawaii, you have to have a license that says you sell tobacco in Hawaii, but you can't get it unless you're in Hawaii.
If I'm Chris Duque right now, I'm like,
I'm buying everything because
I'm like,
it's
hey, I will have the license
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
I will facilitate.
Instead of those
for you.
pull-ups he was doing the other day. That's when he was filling out paperwork.
He
Mr.
can eat
Duque.
some donuts, and,
Right.
Yeah. What's in the box? He'd get that question would be asked multiple times a day.
Right.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Yeah.
Tatuaje is doing a price increase. A little late to the game. And her Florida story.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Florida. All the beaches to hang out in your birthday suit. 2 of yours made a very special list for 2023.
Oh.
Best nude beaches in the world. So 2 beaches in Florida have made the best nude beaches in the world.
Yeah. And did you go to investigate?
No. But you can. One of them's local.
Oh, I want to hear.
Let's see where that.
Just say the names.
Nice even tan.
The swimwear brand For Me in French released its best nude beaches in the world last May of 2023 in May.
The best nude beaches.
Where they like to say, Dare to Go Bare finished on top ahead of nude beaches in Brazil, Spain, and Greece. So the first one is Playa Linda over by the Space Coast.
Ah.
Wow.
And then the news gets better because a second Florida nude beach was recognized coming in at number 20. Oh, number 20 is Playa Linda. I'm sorry, Brevard County. The other one is a beach in Miami, and then one in, where's the other one at?
What's 3?
What constitutes...
Only new beach in the world made the list was the San Francisco beach.
Okay, so what constitutes it being
The best.
the best?
I think it's beach quality because I don't think a lot of nude beaches are
Good?
serviced.
They're kind of dumpy?
Yeah, there's like, okay, you can go down there by the junk that washes
You
up on
could go
shore.
be naked over here.
Right, you can be naked over there. We don't want the public to go.
Gotcha.
Is there activities?
Volleyball?
Ring toss.
Ring toss?
A lot of ring toss.
A lot of ring toss.
You walk them down the beach with your rings and just
Shoo, shoo.
right.
Is there any food trucks? They have food trucks?
For what I've heard about Playa Linda, it's not really the kind of people you want to see naked.
I would assume that your nude beach is not like...
Yeah, it's not the the Playboy models or the
it's
Sports
not.
Illustrated
Yeah.
swimsuit models running around. No,
Yeah.
it's Grandpa who
Yeah.
just doesn't wear pants at home either.
He's like,
So-
you know what? If I don't have
That's
to
my
wear
type of
pants
place.
here... Yeah.
That's right. A
I'm
little
down.
sand up in my crotch, but other than that, it's good and fine.
What's in this box?
Oh, yeah, we have another box. This box.
What's in this box?
We have not opened this box.
Just has a lovely face on here.
There's a lovely face
I don't know
there.
how- yeah.
Lovely face everywhere.
Yeah.
This is from our friend Lenny at Owlier.
Yeah, Owlier Cigars.
Owlier Cigars. He was doing a Facebook Live last week, and I was the only one in the live.
Yeah.
So apparently I won a prize for being in the live.
Let's see what we got here.
Let's see what we got from old Lenny here.
Open it carefully.
I got to tell you,
I like the prizes. I like when I get prizes.
Lenny is a fucking awesome guy.
He is. You remember what he did last time we were there?
I do.
That was very nice.
What did he do?
He had some SD DuPont
Oh,
lighters.
I was about to tell that story.
Well, please, it's your
Yes.
story. You go ahead.
So there was an ST DuPont lighter that I really liked. It actually
Orange. I think it was orange.
It was orange and black, and it reminded me of my father.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's why I kind of gravitated towards it, because my dad would always talk about this Stingray that he had, this Corvette.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I didn't get the orange connection
That
at
was
first, but now it
orange.
does make sense.
It-
Yeah.
Well, it was pumpkin orange, but
yeah.
for whatever reason, this lighter kind of triggered in my mind. I'm like, wow, that's really badass. That's very cool. And then, a few weeks later, he sent it to me.
I thought he gave
Really?
it to you where we were there.
No, he shipped it.
Oh, did he ship it?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, we have
What we got?
hats.
Oh.
No, we can't lay these down on the
yeah,
on
not
the
on the
counter.
table.
Not
It's
on
bad
the
luck.
table. Not on the table.
Look at this.
There's only two.
Only
two hats.
There's only
These people need to get the
Two-
program.
2 is the number of goods to
Two
set.
is-
3.
Can I set it on the paper? On
As
the,
it- no.
Can
as
I
you-
rest it on the cup?
No. Yeah, as long as it doesn't touch it. There you go. As long as we look at this. Look, it's lovely. Huh? Give me 3.
Oh
Give me
no,
3.
there's more. There's more.
Fantastic.
Oh,
I
let's get
love
rid of
the
this.
hats.
We have a note.
Rocking the hats.
Phil's the best. I can't wait for this note.
Look at all the goodies.
So look at this. We have a lighter for you.
Oh, look at this.
A Lenny approved cutter for
This
you.
is very nice.
We have a lighter for me.
Oh.
A cutter. Oh, I also got a cutter.
He's by far one of the fucking best guys in the industry.
He is, he
Oh,
is.
that's Phil leaving. That was,
That was Phil. Phil just left. We have 2 regular Lenny stickers. 2 reflective Lenny stickers.
holograph. I like it.
Holograms, right. Oh, 2 for St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, very
St.
how
Patrick's.
festive. How festive.
Oh, look, every holiday he's covered here. 2 for Christmas.
Oh, the fucking gifts keep coming.
And 2 for Easter.
Oh,
those are
the
nice.
Easter one
Let's
is
see what the card says.
fantastic.
It says, Palmer, I am sending this to you. Please share with Mike he tried to spell step on cover. I think he put every letter for the alphabet on here. I'm very sorry you never got a hat. Unlike some assholes, I recognize the importance of proper headgear.
Excellent.
He's trying to get one from Terrence.
I know.
So that's nice. Thank you, Lenny. That's very nice of you.
Lenny.
You're very nice. This is a nice
I too have never received.
You two
Oh, look at
recognize
that.
good headgear?
Nope.
This has a punch.
This is nice.
Yeah, just so Lenny's aware, if I was
burner
Terrence,
flame.
I would give him a hat.
I like when they have the little
Yeah.
windows so you can see if it was inside
Yeah,
of fuel or
yeah.
not. So that's
Oh,
very
that's
nice.
nice.
Very nice.
Lenny's a good dude.
He is. And these
He's a
are the
fucking good dude.
idiot-proof cutters.
There are times where I'll just call Lenny just to talk,
Yeah.
and we'll have an hour conversation, and the guy fucking makes me laugh so hard. Sometimes I'm like, I'm gonna piss myself. Like I have started to cry sometimes with some of the shit.
He's a very funny man.
Some of the shit that he says, like I'm starting to. I'm like, stop! I'm fucking tearing up, man. It's hilarious.
So that was nice. Thank you, Lenny. Look, we're right on time.
Yeah. Well, I guess shop of the week would be Owlier then,
Oh, yeah, Shop of the
Yeah.
Week and Listener of the Week.
and listener of the week would be Lenny.
Shop of the Week, Owlier Cigars,
Yes.
Arizona, right? Is that Arizona? And Arizona.
Mm.
Listener of the Week, Lenny
Lenny
And-
Smeagol.
Schmiegel in Arizona.
Love him.
And Four Finger Fred, your father.
Well, he's got a new dog, Lenny.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. His name is like, it's like Luca or something.
Luca?
Yeah. But I call him Henry.
Henry.
So whenever he posts,
He's just roaming over there. He's taking it right.
I always yell of the dog. I go, Henry, in all caps. That's Henry.
That's nice.
Yeah. So,
All right. What do we got next week? Anybody? We calling anybody on the phone next week?
we are.
Who we calling? Are we really?
Yeah.
Oh, who we calling?
Alex.
Alex Trebek?
Alex Trebek.
He's dead.
No, Alex from Roma Craft, the Nika Sueño operation.
Oh, are we really?
Swinyo.
Nice.
Yeah, he hit me with the message today. He's like, hey, let me know if you have any questions or anything that I could run by Skip or whatever. I'm like, fuck no, dude. I'm not giving you anything. I'm going to ask some questions, and we're going to see how you do. You may or may not be employed afterwards. It's
Oh,
entirely,
you put him to the test.
it all depends on how you respond and answer. Yeah. Yeah. So it's going to be like, so how's it working with Skip? It's going to be honest. Is he?
What kind of gas does this car take?
Yeah. So
How often do you rotate the tires?
does he beat you? You know, like I want to know. I'm gonna ask the hard
Does
question.
he make you feed the monkeys?
Yeah. Do you have to go to the house in San Juan the Third?
Are you in charge picking up the poop down for Buster?
Yeah. Yeah. What's it like walking Buster?
It's funny. All right, it's been episode 286 of the Cigar Hustler Podcast. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
The Cigar Hustlers Podcast, its owners, and its sponsors take no responsibility for the opinions or statements made by the talk show host or their guest. Statements or show topics are not necessarily the beliefs of Mike and Mike Productions or the podcast providers, and opinions between talk show hosts may differ. It is not our intention to libel, incite, or hurt anyone's feelings. We invite you to write the show's host, Mike Stepankevich, with any feedback or suggestions that you have for their shows. These broadcasts are presented and made public as entertainment in the hope that they will be entertaining to the audience.